GTA 6 launches May 26, 2026, and this game is going to be monumental for gaming, but not for the reasons you think. I was astonished by this trailer, the second trailer that recently dropped. Um, Rockstar Games really surprised me, and I'm at this really serene and mellow tone because I'm so ready to dive in to the cinematography of this game. Now, it's within my right. I have a degree in this field, and in my honest opinion, you can't tell me that this isn't the statement that next gen is actually finally here. Finally, we're actually in the next gen period. These shots are amazing. Let's break it down. Shot number one. We open up with a grand shot. Got the birds, and I think this is might be the southern part of Florida. Already we can see scale, and when I mean scale in detail. This is an establishing shot. This is what we call an establishing shot. This is what sets the scene of a movie, if you're watching a movie or the game. This is what we're looking at, but this is only a part of what we're looking at. You can actually see further down how detailed the shot gets and how big. Now again, just a simple shot, simple establishing shot, nothing too crazy. We pan in to the setting. We get into our first shot here. We have I think it's, who is this, Hal? No, it's not Carl yet. Cal or whatever. It's one of these guys. Oh no, this is the guy that sells the weed. You can see here, especially when he comes in, it's kind of got that wobbly shaking feel. Again, nothing too crazy yet. Nothing too crazy. Just simple like fundamental cinematography, like just a simple hand. This is what we call a handheld camera movement, and what he's doing is simulating that little rocky feel, just to give a sense of realism, as if we're a person looking at them or watching the the scene. And again, they said this is captured on PS5. Again, now that is what I really wanted to hint. This is captured on PS5, and I really wanted to harp on that because I feel like the games nowadays have not tackled cinematography as well as they needed to. There's some notable ones, but GTA 6 seems to be taking these to new heights. What I really want to get into is the lighting. Everybody knows that cinematography is good for camera movements. Yeah. We all know camera movements and composition is really good for cinematography, right? But we know that the key thing people don't really focus on is the lighting. And I think gaming in particular, it's hard for people to get realism because they're focused on frame rate and fidelity rather than lighting. Lighting comes in at a 45-degree angle, realistically. You have to mimic that at every second, every point. Every single frame has to mimic that. And if you look at scenes like these, the realistic lighting, the dim contrast that we have that little splash of red in the room that's coming from that red sign there, right? The splash of red. And so again, coming from the cinematography, look, the lighting is what's key to having the realism, is what I'm trying to point out. Ray tracings on it. See how you can see these graphical things like this with the jets, the engines coming off and stuff like that. This is full blown. You can tell what time of day it is. I promise you, this is probably a morning. This is at least peak morning, just after 7, maybe 8 a.m. ish, maybe depending on where this is at. Right, this is Florida, right? Stuff like that, lighting gives that sense of realism. Now you zoom in close again. This is on video, so it's not going to be as detailed, especially when it gets in the game. But if it looks this good now, I don't know how good it's going to look soon. You see the actual detail on the weights and things like that. Everything has a little bit more texture. Textures are another thing too, but that's into another section. This shot right here, I really like how, again, lighting, contrast. Well, we pull in or pull out, and it shows the American sign, or just giving everybody and stuff like this, like just panning to the left. You see this garbage bag, how detailed it is. Everything about it right here. Good POV shot. Again, I wonder when we are in the game how these shots are going to look. coming to shots like this is where I wanted to focus on that realism sense, where that still have that camera movement, that handheld, and this to me looked like something like a movie scene. Like I was like, oh whoa, what? Again, lighting is very key here, and again, it still gives that he's right outside, I believe. We got the sun right beating on him, and they're positioned in like right here in our they're positioned right here in our foreground. Well, he's in the foreground right here. And so again, things like that, it really makes a difference with games. That's why I think that's what I'm trying to emphasize here when it comes to cinematography and stuff like that, and trying to make games look like they're cinematic or like a movie. Lighting is really key to a lot of these shots and how to get them looking realistic, because they're what shape your look right here. They're what shape your face. They're what make the character that you're trying to portray. It makes the scene, makes them it makes them merge kind of into the scene a bit, right? And we have this is what we call Rembrandt lighting. We have that little triangle on the nose here. So yeah, things like that, real basic techniques that are really like, and again, make the difference, how realistic, because of how light bounces off of things in real world. You have to mimic that in the game, and they're doing really good with that. Things like this shot, like here, right here, again, a splash of full-blown sunlight right here. It's gonna create that effect. High contrast in the back here, low. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. Like whether you want to hate on it or not, it's pretty damn good to get shots looking like this in games. Again, they said that this is an engine, so I hope that, again, this shot was really cool too. Really nice shot. Really nice shot. This is what we call, I believe this is golden hour. There's got to be golden hour they're shooting this at. I'm shooting this like they're actually shooting this. But it's giving that simulation, and you can see the details. It's the lighting is actually reflecting the details and complements the details in it, and it's not the details are popping out so much where it's like, oh, they're not trying to push realism so much through like the engine. They're trying to push realism through the lighting. I know it's the same thing kind of because they're using the engine for the lighting, but you get what I mean. They're trying to use the lighting to enhance that realism. Shots like these right here, like this isn't easy. This isn't easy, man. Like these guys are cooking. Like I say we let them cook. I say we let them cook, especially shots like these where we're at nighttime. Really nice. Again, you're gonna have those streaks of light, especially when you're trying to expose light really high. You have those streaks of light, stuff like that. It's like really detailed. Really light reflections, detailed light reflections. And I like how everybody's positioned here. We have this, if we compose it really quick, that's like she's our focus right here. I do like the way the game looks from a outside looking in. It looks really good. It looks realistic. But it looks like a game, and I think that's one of the things I wanted to emphasize. It doesn't look so realistic that it's out of touch with reality. It still looks like a game, and I think that's the purpose. We don't want to get so out of touch, but we can see that there's definition, especially when you get into different areas. And I think they were doing a good job. They showed lighting from light to dark to medium. Guys, it's not easy to pull that off so quick. Some games you have just dark moments just the whole way through, and sometimes you have half, just, you know what I'm saying? You know, having these day and night cycles look this good in reflective light with ray tracing, all that good stuff. It looks crazy. It looks crazy, guys. Insane, man. The rest of the stuff is kind of just flickering through. But again, like I said, I think the cinematography in this game is going to be really good. You're going to have some really... Oh, this was a Fast and Furious right here. If anybody knows this scene, Fast and Furious right here, bro. But yeah, if anybody knows cinematography or has a little bit of knowledge on it and you want to add in your input, I think I, did a little bit of what I seen in the trailer. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you guys coming out. GTA 6 launches May 26th, supposedly, if it doesn't get a delay. I'll catch you guys next time on the next one. Peace.